Hey guys, Thomas Lee here. Morning to you. Enjoying that coffee. I was watching one of them the other day, and they were talking about how they loved their coffee, and I thought, wink and a nod at you too. Um, One of them was talking about how in the new timeline, in the new Earth, you don't have to work if you don't want to. And I'm not saying I have to go back and listen to it again because they were like, in another timeline, you're there and you're already living in this life where you don't have to work. I'm thinking, well, what happens to me that's already there if I jump into that timeline? Am I going to just like jump into their body and erase them and all that they know and take over them and their position and they just sort of fade out of existence? Or what do you think? Maybe that version of me might have something to say about that. And whenever I hear these people talking about timelines and stuff, I'm thinking, it's just again them using different terminology. Whereas 20 years ago, people would have been talking about how to change your life. You know, fly by night away from here, change my life again. No, I'm not going to be flying by night away from here. Um, my ships are coming and have been coming in and have been continued to come in and have been predicted. There's some big ships coming in with some big shipments, and I don't have to pretend. So, yeah, uh, we were listening to some of these predictions, and of course we've been trying to gauge things ourselves in whatever way we might, and the veracity of what we may be perceiving. But we do feel as though we're becoming stronger in a couple different ways. Um, I was hearing about how the disappointments of the past is being washed away, and because I think what it was is, since the conditioning was so very much, what would you say? Well, ongoing and pervasive, you could even say, for so very long. That, yeah, well, the thing with it is again, 16 years ago, after we were saying goodbye to them, they were saying, "What do you want to leave?" Because we were looking at going, "Nah, this world doesn't have anything for me that I want." Apparently, I mean, because basically in my little trip in those, 5, 6, 7 years or whatever we were doing, it was, as far as I could tell, it was all being demonstrated to me that all of it is completely and totally, utterly worthless, and and or worse, you know. Um, and so, and well, for where I'm at right now is they were talking about, these disappointments being washed away, and I will admit, I have been incrementally each day, and I'm amazed by it. Um, Feeling a little bit better about stuff, but also, I mean, sensing that things have become better. But then uh, beginning to sense, those sparks, those flights of inspiration, and where you think, well, I could do this, and that could help him change these things like that, and blah blah. Blah. And then I think, well, but it's all just junk, and none of it's worth saving. And what are we trying? What are we preaching to demons? What are we well, you know, I, and I know there's a whole bunch of people out there that want to be healed, and they have a need for someone who has healing abilities, and I'm not drawn to being around a lot of sick people at all. No, not at all. Like I say, an awful lot of what I was has very much changed from 17, 18 years ago, 19 years ago, however long this has been going on. And our motivations are different because of we feel very differently about most everything, I think. we see it all very differently, and see exactly why the Bible is as it is, and why uh, things were always as they were, um, and were designed to be like that. Because hey, if you didn't go with that, look at all these other problems that the enemy is going to come up with, right? But yeah, it looks to me like, there's nothing there. I was told again. I was told it was a dead world, and that was over 16 years ago when I was saying goodbye. So I was hearing a couple different messages, and have been again encouraged somewhat, which I think is just totally amazing. You know that getting to that point where I'm like believing in a couple different things, and whereas before when we first began, we had the faith of a mountain, right? Which got whittled away for a great long time, and so our I get yeah. Well, of course, our faith is much bigger than a mustard seed. Obviously, yes, of course. It's just I'm thinking I need more information. I need much more information. That was one of the things that we wanted, but we didn't ever get. Um, of course, because the enemies were running the show. We really don't want to be in their show. We never did want to be in the show of the enemies. We didn't want a show from them. We didn't want anything from them. The darkness people, all them, friends of hate and stuff. We didn't want anything of that. But there has been some good predictions recently, and I've been seeing some of it seemingly becoming true. And you know what? Even though this isn't the place for us to, it's not a place to stay. And I heard one of them saying where we're at's like a pit stop. And I'm thinking, that's probably most accurate. It certainly is a good test bed for what we've been told. It's tested every day. So we continue to make progress and advance. And we continue to climb up, advancing, so that we're going to continue to elevate. And I'm very glad of that. And I thank everyone involved helping on that end so very much. Yeah, I can see where, well, I'm not going to promise anything, right? Because, I mean, after all these many years, but it does feel as though all that stuff's lifting, and that we're becoming reacquainted with ourselves and what it is to be us. So I'm happy with that. Am I happy with everything? No. And of course, the stupid story that comes out of the box, it's whatever, it's just a stupid story. But I am feeling at least encouraged that, yeah, we're going to be reaching some of these goals that we wanted, and that we were told it was absolutely guaranteed, that we'd be getting these things. And after that, how things would work. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, well, yeah, yeah, I think so. And how to jump into a timeline where you don't have to work, but you're still getting paid, and you get all the things that you need, and all the material junk and tools and stuff, so you can build and create and blah 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 blah. I don't know how that works. I'll have to go back and listen to that again, I guess. But to me, it's just like, well, when we start, I know I've been told that it's going to be like, wow, big time affirmations coming back to us. A lot of kisses coming back, a lot of love for everything we do, which that means, it'll come in different ways, which will enable us to do these other things that we'd like to do. And, if we're getting paid, well, I'm sure that we'll be happy to meet with some people and see what we can't do for them, or pray for them or whatever. But we're going to, again, we're just, we're interested in what's best for me and mine. And me and mine are a certain kind. And like, again, this mixed family thing, of course, no, it can't work. And you have to be down for that, for that to be happening, for that to actually work out. the people involved have to be wanting that. And I was never given any reason to want any of it. But I'm glad that these predictions have been made to me are coming true, because that means there are some people I might be able to believe in. Whew! Wow! Whew. Like a whole new world for me starting to open up. I want to have people I can believe in, that I can trust. They're trustworthy and amiable towards me. More than amiable, they're loyal to me. Well, I'm going to enjoy having loyal people around me and in connection with me, and it'll be great. Um, and even some of the stuff that I'm told, that I'm still thinking, I don't believe in that because it doesn't fit my paradigm. I'm starting to think, well, maybe, possibly, but we'll see. We'll talk to you real soon, guys.